Hey there, y'all. This is Hades, and today we are discussing Record of Ragnarok, chapter 93, Relaxation. So, okay, great chapter. I don't know who's gonna win. I don't know who's gonna win. All right, so let's just dive right into the review, shall we? Because again, this is a great chapter. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So yes, and of course, y'all know Soji is absolutely dominating in the first part of the rounds as his body's enveloped by blue flames and he's just completely going right at Susanoo. But before we get to that, we get some commentators, some of the most famous artists in the world, just watching him and just admiring his beauty. And then we finally get the Soji's Valkyrie. We finally get her, and her name is, I am so sorry, Norse Skarvand, the sixth sister of the Valkyries, and very unique ability here for sure. Because as Goal says to Berhilde, Okita and Sister Mold, will they be all right? Seeing those two together, I feel so uneasy. And Berhilde just says, as the Valkyrie, you two can sense it, right? And then she goes into saying that this Valkyrie's ability is it's insane. It's drawing all the potential that Soji's able to achieve in his lifetime and giving it to him right here, right now. And the reason is because of that is because, well, again, he died as a child. He wasn't full grown, so he wasn't able to, achieve as much as he ever could have, right? But he's getting it all right here, right now, to him, thanks to her. But the cost is it's draining his life force like that. It's like insanely fast. So that's the major drawback here. But Soji wouldn't want it any other way, as this sword is known as the Age of Sword. And right there, he immediately goes right towards Susanoo. Susanoo attacks, unable to catch him, and Soji just continues to blitz him over and over and over. And Susanoo does realize something like, yeah, this shouldn't be possible because Soji is doing all these attacks that requires essentially requires like as prep time. When I say prep time in swordsman, like actually getting your sword ready and swinging it, stuff like that. But Soji is just defying all these logics here, and Susanoo is unable to really comprehend like what's going on as Soji is continuing to attack, and each of these attacks have different names as Shamoret, Miguri, Wave, Retribution, Kaguya, Shadow Courage, Moonwave, Kagoro, Kutsugado Flight, Mist, Kusuro Cloudless, Swallow Flight, Oja, Accepted, Muchi, Nothingness, Ryubi, Dragon Tail, and he's just going at this. And Susanoo, he is barely able to keep on as he's just saying, "Let's go!" Just shouting out, and we get the announcements. Heimdall's just announcing like this is insane. Like Susanoo's unable to really actually truly keep up with it. He's barely dodging it. And right here we get Zeus just actually being excited by this thing. Yeah, this is incredibly amazing for a human, as Hermes and Ares are like, yeah, but this is like insane evolution for him. And we actually see Zeus actually pump up, like he's like excited about this fight because he says, "Good grief, that's impossible." Those consecutive strikes and those movements, they far exceed the human limit. Then we cut to some of Soji's friends that are trying to figure out what's going on, and Kondo is essentially saying exactly what's going on. As he says, each strike, he lands a deadly blow from the Tenant Ryu style. It's essentially the sword designed for one-hit kills, but it continues to unleash that these series of attacks. It's impossible in terms of body mechanics. When when and where did Soji think about something like this? And then we cut to a little boy that was there attending to Soji when Soji was dying. His name is Ichimatsu. And right there, Soji, even when he wasn't swinging his sword, he was still practicing in a sense of writing his moves, like what moves he's going to do. And we get the kid worried about Soji, but Soji's like, no, I'm going to one day join my friends in a fight. I want to give it my all when I finally do. as he's writing, coughing up blood on these papers, just writing. As we see these papers with like arrows pointing to other moves that Soji's going to be able to do. Again, it's insane, and I know this is at beyond human limits, but every human we've seen in this series was able to go beyond the human limits. All right, so that's not a big issue here. As Soji just continues to write, and of course we know what happens, right? As we see a bird flying above, and then we get some narration. But for that very reason, Okita Soji's sword transcended human logic and soared into the heavens. It's called Tenken Ryu Shiyu, the kite of the returns to the heavens. Empyrean, freaking cool name. As we see his aura form these wings right behind him, and right there, Kando says the Kinta, the return to the heavens reunion, and the other says right Impian, and as Kando says that's right. The kite soars and returns to the skies. It expressed the state of all things freely enjoying themselves according to their natural intuitions. As the bird here symbolizes freedom, and Soji has attained that freedom as he continues to burrow his fangs down on Susanoo. Susanoo, because all he says is, I can barely even catch my breath. It's like I'm being crunched by an avalanche. Ohita Soji, my man, I knew it. You are the greatest. Now, some people here are saying, let me just cut this in, that Soji might be better than uh, Kojiro. There's a good chance. I'm not gonna lie. There's a very, very good chance that Soji surpassed Kojiro here. It's insane. And right there, Soji says, "You led me here to the peak. Thank you." And right there, he gets ready for a thrust and goes in for the kill. And right there, the narration continues. The strike unleashed at the end of the continuous attack transcends the speed of the gods. 1. As he hits Susanoo, Susanoo blocks but knocks him back. 2. Transcends humanity as he goes in for another strike and pierces the boundaries between gods and humans. As Soji completely blitzes Susanoo once again, it's called 3. Demon Claw 3 stage thrust. And right there, Susanoo tries to block with the sword. Soji stabs right directly at it, and no good. Soji slashes right through the sword, breaking Susanoo's sword. And Susanoo has a massive gash across his chest as blood spills from his body. And right there, I thought Soji won. Up until right here, as we get Izanagi, Amaterasu, and Susanoo standing up. No, sorry, it's not Susanoo. Sorry, Izanami, all standing up, surprised at what's going on. As everyone cheered, but Soji realized what's happened. Susanoo is still standing there, standing face to face with Soji. As he looks down at his bloody hand, he says, "This is the real battle. This is." And we see Susanoo watching Soji write all those movements on a piece of paper to, when Soji was dying. And I was like, of course Susanoo would have been watching that too, because why wouldn't he? Because he knows Soji's like the greatest, so why wouldn't he want to? And right there, Susanoo, as he says, even without being able to wield a sword, he never gave up on that sword. Otika sword. This is swordsmanship. As he drops his broken sword, he holds his hands into the sky. Thanks to you, finally, I'm able to reach. As people are thinking, wait, what's going on? Like, what's that with that pose? As Susanoo gets his hands together as if he was praying. The sword god raises both fist palms together towards the sky. And gently, he grasps upon the hilt of the sacred treasure, the swords he thought he had lost. Slowly, as usual, he assembled a formal stance. And then, as if child's play, he swung down an invisible sword. And Soji right here just immediately just jumps out of the way, but it was just too late. As the narration says, the one who continued to love the sword, a miracle was accomplished. And we see Soji's left arm and left leg just get hit by an invisible sword as Soji's just shocked at this. As he said, wait, was my left arm and leg cut? No, they weren't cut. The bone was cut in Soji's arm, as they are now useless. As he is shocked, as Susanoo says, at least I've reached it. The peak of my swordsmanship, unparalleled, throughout less and without adornment. This is simply Monku Senshin Ken Uro Menten's sword. The invisible sword. End of chapter. Dang! Oh my! This is insane here. Holy cow! A whole new ball game. A whole new ball game we've never seen in the story. I don't know how the writers are able to do it. I just don't know. I gotta applaud them on their geniusness of writing this. Writing this. Um, I'm gonna give this chapter a 10 out of 10. This is a freaking banger chapter. Really, really good. I really liked it. Man, yeah, what can I say? Except very, very good. Like it left us thinking that Soji was gonna turn it, but no, it turned out that Susanoo, even he achieved a new form of being able to achieve, go beyond further. So yeah, it's insane. My only questions now is with that sword that he has, the new sword, the invisible sword, will he be able to block, or is it only going to be good for attack? I'm not sure. That's like my only question here. But overall, good chapter. Let me know who you guys think is going to win. I'm still thinking it's going to be a tie because holy cow, these characters are insane. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Good stuff, good themes, fantastic. But yeah, that concludes my review. If you listened this far, I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great day and take care. Later.